All right, so exit polls were out over the weekend for results in Haryana and Jammu and Kashmir. Now, this comes, of course, with all the standard disclaimers about exit polls. They were proven terribly wrong as far as the Lok Sabha elections are concerned. So please take it with a pinch of salt and those statutory warnings, so to speak. But so this is the picture as far as Haryana is concerned. 90 seats in the assembly. This is the poll of poll breakup, which is showing Congress at a lead with 55 seats, BJP with 24 seats, and the JJP, which was in alliance with BJP, losing quite a bit of share with just 1 seat. So this means, if these polls are correct, that Congress returns to Haryana after 10 years. And then look at some of those detailed polls, and we'll be speaking to one of India's top pollsters in just a minute from now. But they're also showing the kind of pain that you would expect coming in for Haryana. Jammu and Kashmir, meanwhile, let's look at Jammu and Kashmir, important election, because it's happening after the abrogation of 370. And here you're seeing the alliance between the Congress and the National Conference ahead at 55 as per poll of polls. BJP with 26 seats and PDP with 8 seats. So this is going to be another interesting one to watch out for. Now, why is this important and what does it mean? And that's why are we talking about this from a markets perspective? First of all, this is because exit polls are indicating a victory for the Congress in Haryana after 10 years. This is a fractured mandate, which is showing in Jammu and Kashmir. So it's still a bit, out there on what really could be seen. Another reason why these are important is because they'll be closely watched. You are seeing the results coming in on 8th October, and that becomes important as well. You also have the first set of polls which are being held after the Lok Sabha elections. And that's crucial as well, because remember, the Lok Sabha numbers were not as per what pollsters were expecting and what was seen as what BJP's outcome would be. So the question really is that, are you going to see a setback for the BJP in these state elections ahead of Maharashtra elections, which becomes very, very key, will take place this calendar year as well. So those are some of the reasons. The street will gauge which way the political winds are blowing after the Lok Sabha. Remember, there's a coalition government now, and which is why these polls also become important to watch. And also with the disclaimer that exit polls have really been questioned after what we have seen. But to talk more on this, I'm joined now by Pradeep Gupta, Chairman and MD of Axis My India. Pradeep, so excited to speak with you on NDTV Profit. And you are, of course, one of India's best known pollsters, sticking your neck out there once again with exit polls. So, that itself, I think for all pollsters, this is now a very tough game after what's happened in the Lok Sabha. But what are the trends showing us thus far when it comes to Haryana? Let's start there.
Okay, Tamanna, good morning to you and your viewers, everybody. And thank you for having me here. Now, coming to Haryana, as you rightly asked, see, I'll tell you, each state has different political dynamics. So it definitely varies from the national dynamics for sure. And when it comes to Haryana, the beauty of Haryana is that in 10 years back, BJP came to power with 33% vote share and they secured 46 seats. In 5 years back, BJP vote share increases to 36.8 to be precise, and their seat share reduced from 46 to 40. And this time in our exit poll, Axis My India exit poll, it looks like BJP is likely to secure around 35% vote share. And seat share is reducing drastically this time to 18 to 28, as you mentioned in your poll, this thing, about 20s. BJP seats are likely to be around 20s. It may reduce to in 10s also. But what is more important to see here is that, as I mentioned, each state has a different political dynamics. Here, what is happening is the JJP, which was the regional party of Dushen Chautala, which is completely significantly reduced to 1 to 2% vote share, which has 15% vote share last time. So that is the bulk of the JJP votes is shifting towards the Congress. And what you see here is the Congress is likely to win for sure in this Haryana election. Again, I am saying this is the exit poll predictions, but Congress victory is quite evident.
Okay, so now, Pradeep, from a perspective of our viewers this morning, what they're going to be trying and understanding is how significant is this outcome if this is what we see on the 8th of October from a national perspective. You have another very important state election coming up. These are the first set of polls after the Lok Sabha election, and people are going to try and gauge what this is telling us about the national mood as well.
So when you talk about the national mood, there are 2-3 different demography and segment of the society. One is of course the media and the stock market, and second is the political party who are in the fray, and third is the people, the common man. Now from a media perspective, yes, they're going to be a talking point that where is the wind blowing and etc., particularly in Haryana and Jammu and Kashmir. And as I'm trying to repeat it, each state has a different dynamics altogether. As I mentioned, though BJP vote share is reduced, but sometimes seats are increased. So totally different dynamics, the local dynamics at play. Now coming to the national and to the political party, yes, the political party cadre base, Karyakarta members, they get boosted with the one victory or the another. And that will be the scene in political, among the political parties. When it comes to the common man, see, common man is a very simple and straight. They see what is coming in their way, as in what political parties and leaders has promised 5 years back, and what is delivered in during these 5 years, and what is the promise for the future by different political parties. And they evaluate their voting preferences very carefully, because trust me, about 80% of the total 100 vote cast, I'm talking about those who have turned out for the voting, their livelihoods largely depend on the government of the day, directly or indirectly. So they choose or elect the government very carefully. So for a common man, they will have to see and do the assessment what is there for them before voting.
Okay, so this is not necessarily a reflection of what's happening on a national scale. Every state has its own dynamics, and Haryana specifically so. Jammu Kashmir, of course, in a very, very kind of specific situation. Just a comment, Pradeep Gupta, on Jammu Kashmir and what the exit polls are telling us.
See, again, when you move from Haryana to Jammu and Kashmir, though it looks like one state, but the quite reality is that there are two states within one state. One is the Jammu segment and another is the Kashmir. Totally different dynamics as far as the demographic difference is concerned. The Kashmir Valley, where BJP has never win any assembly seats, and in Jammu, whatever number of seats they are getting in last 10 years back, they secured 25 seats. This time they are likely to secure about 30 odd seats, meaning their seat share has increased. But on the other hand, this time Congress and NC, National Conference, has formed the alliance, and they are coming together, which they fought separately in 14. So they are much ahead than the BJP as a single largest party when it comes to the BJP and the alliance. The alliance in our poll is likely to get around 35 to 45 seats. 46 is the majority mark. So they are very closer to form the government, but there are as many as 20 small and individual candidates who is in the fray and likely to win. So it is like that, around 40 seats for the NCP Congress Gathbandhan, 30 odd seats for the BJP, and around 20 seats for these smaller parties, which includes PDP also, which has been a regional party of Jammu and Kashmir. They are likely to win about 5 seats. Then there are Rashid Engineers Party, the newly emerged Rashid Engineer AIP Party. They are likely to get around 5, and 3 by Sajjad Loans PC, and 2 by Altaf Bukhari's AP, and 5 individuals. So these 20 seats are the candidate and the parties is going to decide the fate of the new government in Jammu and Kashmir.
So interesting times ahead. Thank you so much, Pradeep Gupta, for speaking with us, and we look forward to chatting with you once the results are out on the 8th as well and decode that. You can't get a better understanding of the numbers than with Pradeep Gupta.